What's up, guys? It is me, Heidi Powell, here to talk about the P word, pizza. I'm just kidding. We are talking about the dreaded plateau. Now, the plateau is actually something that happens for almost everybody on their weight loss journey. So if you have ever experienced a plateau, or you're in a plateau now, you're on a plateau now, rest assured you are exactly where you need to be. And believe it or not, a plateau is actually a very beautiful thing that tells us a lot about what's going on with your body, or really gives us information that maybe we need to tweak your plan just a little bit. So know that a plateau is a blessing in disguise. It means that it's time to play another card. We always say the game of transformation, it's like you're playing a game of poker. And you want to make sure you don't show all the cards at one time. We're going to keep our cards up and we're just going to play one little card at a time. Make one little change to your plan at a time. And don't worry, guys, I'm going to walk through everything with you today. But if you have a hard time remembering or understanding, rest assured that is why we built the app, to actually take you through a plateau. So the app knows when you are plateauing and it will walk you through. Okay, so when you are experiencing a plateau, I want you to ask yourself, very first thing I want you to ask yourself, where'd my little piece of paper go? Are you measuring your food properly, or are you eyeballing your foods? I mean, so many times when we think we're measuring our foods, we're like, but I knew. I mean, it was about a handful of almonds. That must have been an eighth of a cup, and really it was a good half of a cup of almonds and we didn't realize it. Or, you know, maybe you were supposed to do a quarter of a cup of oats, but it was a big heaping quarter of a cup that really was a half of a cup. So make sure we're properly measuring our foods. If you can be honest with yourself and you realize you're not properly measuring your foods or using a food scale, before you make any changes to your plan, I highly recommend you go back, you try measuring your food for a good week or two, and if that number still doesn't drop on the scale, it is time to make a change to your plan. So measuring your food is one thing. The next thing, water. Are you drinking sufficient amounts of water? Believe it or not, you guys, drinking water helps us rid water from our body. So if we feel like we're heavy on the scale or we're holding a lot of water, chances are you just need to drink more water. So drink more. If you're not drinking enough water, first, try drinking 1 gallon of water a day, or rule of thumb is half your body weight in ounces each and every day. The third thing I want you to think about or ask yourself is, am I going as intense as I could in my workouts? Now, Chris and I, inside of the app, we give you a rule of thumb. We tell you whether it's moderate intensity, heavy intensity, max intensity. We also kind of give you a rule of thumb as to where your heart rate needs to be on your accelerators. If you're hitting those markers, then chances are you are at a plateau. If you're not, if you feel like, you know what, maybe I could go a little bit harder to actually stick to the plan, then again, I recommend you take 1 to 2 weeks of sticking to the plan or making sure you're hitting that intensity before you make any changes to your plan. So you're at a plateau. Let's say you say, Heidi, I am measuring my food, I am going intense in my workouts, and I am drinking all of my water, and I've still plateaued. Again, rest assured that's a very normal thing. And that is why we start you so high in calories on the app, because we prepare for this. We want to start you high because every time your body plateaus, all we have to do is drop your calories just a little bit. Or maybe we're going to add in a low carb day instead of 3 high carb days in a row. Maybe it's 2 high carb days, 1 low carb day. So when you plateau, there's going to, in the app, there's smart logic that says, do you wish to modify your program? I always say give 1 to 2 weeks before you hit yes, because once you change it, you're gonna kind of get spoiled by the lower calories. You're gonna see the number on the scale drop faster, and that's not always necessarily the best thing. So when you know you're plateauing, hit yes, adjust my program. The app will automatically choose what is best for you, whether it's giving you more low carb days, maybe it's adding a little bit of intensity to your workouts, whatever it is doing specifically what your body and your transformation needs. So rest assured with that. Now, if you don't have the app, one thing you can do is you can slingshot your body. What a slingshot is, it's every day for 1 week, we're going to add carbs. We're gonna do high carb meals, high carb days every single day. So we're gonna be adding in oats, fruit, maybe it's rice cakes, rice, potatoes, all sorts of things. And it seems crazy because you're like, why, in order to lose weight, why would I eat more carbs? Why would I eat more calories? And why would I lower my intensity? in my workouts. That's just the way that it is. Your body sometimes is so overly stressed that it's holding on to all of this water, and your body doesn't want to lose weight. It's almost going into hibernation mode. So until we actually release the parking brake by giving it a rest or a reset or a slingshot week, we're unable to lose the fat, lose the weight, burn the fat that our bodies are prepped to burn. So try a slingshot week. When it comes to exercise, I want you to remember one acronym. It's FIT, F-I-T-T, the FIT principle. So if you decide not to slingshot, because remember, we're only gonna play one card at a time, and you're like, but Heidi, I wanna make a change to my workout program. Think of the FIT principle. Frequency, so the F is frequency. I'll start on this side, F-I-T-T, frequency. So you can increase the amount of days per week that you're working out. Now the app does this automatically for you over time, but instead of 3 days a week, maybe you bump it up to 4 days a week that you're working out. Intensity is the I. Instead of maybe going at a moderate or low intensity, maybe it's time that you bump it up to a moderate to high intensity. Type, so the type of workouts you're doing. So if you're currently doing the bike for your accelerators, maybe switch it up and do swimming or try running. Just that simple stimulus change will actually change the way that your body burns fat what the number on the scale shows. Time. So the last one is time. So instead of 15 minutes, maybe bump it up to 20 minutes a day of exercise. So you're just gonna choose one of those: frequency, intensity, type, or time. Just choose one. I know you're gonna be tempted to choose all of them. You just choose one. Try it out for a week, maybe 2 weeks, and I can assure you the number on the scale will drop. Now, when it stops, because at some point, it's only natural. When you say you change the frequency, you go from 3 days a week to 4 days a week of working out. At some point over the course of a handful of weeks, maybe it's 12 weeks, 8 weeks, whatever it is, your body's going to plateau again. At that time, then maybe you choose something else. You're like, okay, well now I'm gonna go from 15 minutes a day to 20 minutes a day. So then you barely change that just a little bit. And then you go and you lose weight. And then after that, you're gonna plateau again. And so each and every time your body plateaus, remember, that's just your body giving you information on what needs to change next. Super important to remember, you only change one thing at a time. I know this is a lot of information. And that's why over the years of Chris and I teaching this to people and hoping it sticks, we realized we need to build this into the app. So like I mentioned earlier, there is smart logic inside of the app that will tell you exactly what to do, when you need to do it, when your body plateaus. Just make sure to click adjust my program when it asks, and all the heavy lifting will be done for you. Well, except for the weights in the gym. You'll have to lift those weights, but that's it. If you've never tried the app, you can get your first month, your first 30 days for $1 going to transformhq.com. Go find the app, and then you're gonna enter the code $1app to get your first 30 days for just $1. Now, I hope to see you in the app. We really have a great community in there. It was so great chatting with you today. I hope to see you very soon. Bye-bye.